Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. It's time for a little entertainment news. What do you have for us, Kaylee?
I was hoping you guys would give me a little duet there, you know.
Oh.
Continue the songs.
Oh, there you go. We can do that.
Either way, we've got a lot of entertainment news for you guys. Check this out right here. Disney is the king of the box office. The entertainment giant is now the first studio in history to rake in $10 billion at the worldwide box office in 1 year, topping its own record of $7.6 billion in 2016. The new record is largely thanks to 5 movies: Avengers Endgame, Aladdin, Toy Story 4, The Lion King, and Captain Marvel, which all grossed over $1 billion this year. Frozen 2 will soon become the 6th title to do that, while Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker could make it 7 when it debuts next week. What's more, the numbers don't include Fox-acquired films such as Ford vs. Ferrari and Dark Phoenix. And now you can own a piece of pop culture history. Bonham's Auction House is putting dozens of lots from the entertainment world on the auction block. 77 items owned by Grateful Dead's legendary frontman Jerry Garcia, who died of a heart attack in 1992, can be bid on as part of the Alligator, a San Francisco rock star's guitars, art, and more auction.
It's not just the musical end of his career, but also some of the personal memorabilia as well.
And one of the biggest draws, a Fender Stratocaster, nicknamed Alligator because of the distinctive green alligator sticker on the front.
He was actually gifted it by Graham Nash, who is from Crosby, Stills and Nash. Supposedly found it in a pawn shop in Texas, and then gifted it to Jerry in 1970, and then it was Jerry's favorite guitar for about 3 years.
The guitar is expected to fetch around $400,000 by conservative estimates. And a bittersweet night for Sesame Street, as the education program is honored by the Kennedy Center on the same day. The original Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch voice actor and puppeteer died at his home in Connecticut at the age of 85. The Sesame Workshop said in a statement the legendary puppeteer had been living with dystonia, which causes involuntary muscle contractions. For nearly 50 years, Carol Spinney gave Big Bird his warmth and Oscar the Grouch his growl.
I could see from the very first scene, which is the first show, that it was going to be a different kind of show.
Spinney voiced and operated the two Muppets from their inception in 1969 when he was 36, and performed them almost exclusively into his 80s. Another moving tribute to him over in LA, where fans adorned Big Bird's Walk of Fame star with flowers and memorabilia. Sad news, but it's heartwarming to me to see that such a legend, I mean, everyone grew up with Sesame Street, such a legend is being honored in multiple ways.
And he was very talented. They released yesterday a diagram of how Big Bird worked from the inside.
Oh.
I had never seen it before. It always boggled my mind, how could he be so tall and it looks so real? They released it, and let me tell you, you had to be talented to do that because there are 17,000 things inside that you have to pay attention to operate Big Bird from the inside. I'll just give you a little hint. One arm is constantly up, working the mouth. For the mouth. So you're walking around like this, reading a script. There's also a television monitor inside so you can see where you're going.
Probably drenched in sweat.
I would bet.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is amazing, and I appreciate him so much. I loved Sesame Street so much.
Big Bird was probably one of my favorites too.
Yeah, he was.
I like the relationship with Big Bird and Snuffleupagus.
I love. Oh, Bird.
Oh, Bird.
I loved it so much. It was so great.
Yeah. So also Disney, obviously they came out with that streaming platform too, so that'll add at least hundreds of thousands, if not more millions, to their pile of cash.
Pile of cash.
That's right. I can use
but
pile of cash.
a huge year for Disney. All those movies, major box office hits. Again, they've got that Star Wars movie coming up.
So Disney owns a lot, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Now, is there any chance they could get sued for monopoly? Because they're owning everything. I'm just throwing it out there. They own like everything.
Well, you know, if you got the money, it's all.
That's
and
true.
if you produce such amazing films and TV shows, and I mean, they're a conglomerate that does everything, but I don't think anyone's really complaining.
No.
No, I don't think so
She was
either.
talking, though, about those, like, Frozen could be, is the one moving up to be the billion, you said?
Yes, so far globally, it has earned $920 million, $125 million of the U.S. dollars.
Alone, okay.
But overall, 920, so they only need 80 million.
So that's the first Frozen.
Second Frozen.
Oh, that's a second Frozen.
And then you said that the Rise of Skywalker, which is coming out, which is also Disney, because people are anticipating
they
that
have
could be.
millions
Yeah.
and millions of fans of the Star Wars empire, so I'm sure they'll.
What's wrong with us? What is wrong with us, Jeremy? We're not into the Star Wars.
I'm not in
empire.
Star Wars or superheroes.
Or Lord of the Rings. I don't know what's wrong with us.
Do you think because the world of the movies right now, we should talk to Chris Luzader about this.
Yeah.
It's so engulfed in superheroes, prequels, sequels, Star Wars. Will there ever come a time when it's like, okay, enough already, let's take a break from all of that?
I don't know. I think it's kind of like music. You always have these same chords that just keep coming back and coming back. I don't think people get tired of it.
I know, but I think sometimes simplicity is beautiful.
Right.
The pause between the notes is beautiful.
And
Original ideas are beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. Unique
Yeah.
original ideas
Yeah.
will be a light in a dark room.
Right.
Once
Absolutely.
all of these remakes and
Yeah, sometimes you
sequels,
try
prequels-
so hard, it gets bigger and bigger, and then it just needs to go to something
Yeah.
simple and small.
I do like the idea if you're going to do something new, give me a new superhero. Don't give me 17,000 remakes of Spider-Man. Because they do that all the time with Spider-Man. I'm like,
But it sells.
I like all of the Spider-Mans.
See, it sells. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I'm one
you,
of those
Kaylee,
people.
are part of the problem.
I am part of the problem. I will take the blame.
I want to say, if this world revolved around what I spend my money on, it would be very lopsided.
Very lopsided.
Very lopsided.
Kaylee, I totally forgot to.
What?
Kaylee commented on a post. Our director, Natalie, posted something. Do you remember last week in Kaylee's Entertainment News? She talked about Justin Timberlake holding
Yes,
hands
I
with that
saw
girl.
that, yes.
Well, guess what? I guess Justin Timberlake released a statement saying he had a lapse in judgment and he's been apologizing to Jessica Biel. A lapse in judgment, Kelly.
I saw that too, and I'd say, I'll show you a lapse in judgment. Boom, boom.
That's what he deserved. And what did you say, Kaylee?
I said, this is just my theory.
Yeah.
There's probably zero truth to it, but this is my theory. So I think that he did this as a publicity stunt to stay relevant for the next couple months because, no, I don't, this movie is not getting any publicity. Let's be honest.
Well, they're still making it right now, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can understand that, but I think holding another woman's hand,
I think it was real.
that to me
I
is...
think it was real.
I think he's backtracking.
I think he just got caught, and so he had to make a statement.
And then I ended it with, boy, bye, 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 bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, Kelly, is your husband still here? Look,
I think he's gone.
look at that. Look, we're causing a controversy now, Kelly.
Jeremy.
Look, I just had a lapse in judgment.
Kelly, you need to gently put your hand on his leg.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. We are causing
Are you
controversy
going to
right now.
release a statement of your lapse in judgment?
Kaylee, what's funny though is, so he was on the set, a different media outlet reported they took some behind the scenes pics of him walking, and he was on his phone. You know, if anybody took a picture of you on your phone
Yeah.
at any point,
Yeah.
you would look like, they
Yeah.
said, Justin Timberlake looks very serious and remorseful on a phone call during filming of his
You know
movie.
what? He's probably thinking, why are you taking a picture of me? Why are you filming me?
I'm on the phone.
I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Hold
on the phone going like this.
Hold the phone.
Sometimes I am.
Yeah, sometimes I am too. Absolutely. But no, I don't think it was a publicity stunt because that makes him look like a heel.
Yeah, that is not good public. Well, I guess.
He's from a boy band, though.
Oh, he's trying to, yeah.
I
Trying to be a bad boy.
Trying to be a bad boy.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
All right, I think all together, coming up, we're going to have George from Are You Smarter Than George do his family recipe. Can we all do bye 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 together then?
Okay.